I'm good, thank you. And yeah, it's nice to be here with you. And nice that you asked me to have a nice chat with you.
Yes, and today I would love to have a chat with you about the menopause and about thing that we all women will encounter at some point in our life. As I said before, I feel that my menopause is just knocking on the door and saying slowly, slowly, hello, I
Hello.
will be soon here. So I would
Yes.
like to get to know as well a few ideas and tips because I know that you are working deeply on this subject.
hmm First of all, I like to know what is your age, Aisha?
So I'm 48 this year.
48. Okay. I'm 55. And yeah, menopause is a big topic. I think that's when we are really in menopause. The definition of menopause is that you don't have your menstruation for 1 year. Then
Mm-hmm.
you have, then we call it menopause. Before it, you call it premenopause, and afterwards is postmenopause. So for me, I think I'm already in the post-menopause. For you, probably you are in the pre-menopause.
Yeah.
And yeah, different things can happen, Aisha. Different things can happen. Can you maybe, do you feel some differences in maybe in your
So
body
I
or?
I noticed that I'm skipping some of the periods already,
Oh,
and or some of my like I had a quite regular ones. Now they are a bit different times and sometimes longer, sometimes shorter in between the periods.
mhm.
And yeah, and as well, I feel that what because I chatted about as well with a lady who is in Ayurveda.
Mhm.
She's an Ayurvedic doctor, and she said that it's a different to different doshas, and I am Vata, so I can see that it will be all about the emotions in
Yeah.
my case. So
Okay.
I'm not feeling like a hot flashes. That is, I think that the most kind of well-known type of menopause symptoms. But for me, it's like emotional instability, going up and down. And sometimes I'm all the way up, and suddenly I
Mm,
feel that I'm a bit angry or a bit down. So I would say
mm.
that's what I noticed lately.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, what you say about Ayurveda is also nice that you mentioned that, because as soon as we reach the menopause, our Pitta dosha is becoming more active. So
Okay.
that's why we can get like the hot flashes and we feel more heat in our body. So probably this will change the coming
Mm-hmm.
years a bit for you. Um, about emotions, I can relate myself a lot with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
What I found out during all the studies that I did is people that used to be emotional types, like that used to have always kind of, very sensitive.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time during menopause, the emotions will be more stronger than the problems with the body.
Mm-hmm.
So other women, they can have like extreme pain in the body, like pain in their joints, pain in their wrists, pain in their knees, like stuff like that, or gaining weight or stuff like that. But when you are an emotional type yourself, yeah, it is possible that your emotions become more to the surface.
Yeah. That's how I feel actually. That it might be that I gain weight because I'm easy to gain weight, but as well easy to lose the weight.
Mm.
If I watch my diet, I'm pretty stable. But if I let myself overeat, it it's easy to be a bit of more body,
Or round.
more round. Yes. But emotions were always very close and very present in my life. And when I started to do the breath work, we've met on a breath work
Yes, yes.
workshop. I started to really be able to manage them better and be more present with them.
Oh, that's so
Uh,
beautiful.
but I see that it might be the case for me, as you mentioned, that because I was always emotional in menopause, it will be more highlighted.
Hmm. But you are so lucky, and me as well. We are so lucky that we did the breathwork training, because the BBTRS will really help you going through
Oh,
this
mhm.
period even more faster. It will speed up the process.
Oh, perfect. Could you,
So
yeah, could you,
yeah, I can explain a little bit
yeah.
about this, because I work with breath and women in menopause in combination with sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
So breathwork and menopause is, I think, something that not a lot of uh, women make this combination, but for me it was a perfect combination, because we learn to be with our emotions more easily. That's what
Mm,
we learn during our training. We learn to express our emotions. We learn to see our habit patterns, our defense mechanisms,
yeah.
our traumas. So that's a really big positive thing, because it means that during menopause, when stuff comes up, which will come, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it will come. Don't worry, it will come, and especially stuff that is under the carpet.
Yes.
All the stuff that is under the carpet will come during menopause like a wave, like this. Oh, I mean, in my case, I can only speak for myself, of course.
Yeah, but I can see that that the things are bubbling, and it's like, come on, I'm here. Look at me. You were putting me under the carpet for so many years. Now it's the last
Yeah,
moment where you have the ability to see it.
it's the last moment. It's the last moment. If we don't grab it now, we will just continue in the patterns that we are. That's how I feel. We will continue like the patterns we have. So now is really the chance to change, because the
Mhm.
hormones are also
Helping us.
creating, yeah, and they create this transformation. Actually, they create it for us, but we have to look it in the eyes. And as soon as we start to take hormones, and if we start to use stuff to suppress it, then it will either not come again,
Mm-hmm.
or it will come later and then even more worse. So um, it's not that I'm against taking hormones or bioidentical hormones. It's not that
Mm-hmm.
I'm against it, because sometimes
It's
people or
needed.
women are so, you know, depressed or anxious that they need it. But as long as you can, if you are able to be with your emotions without being overwhelmed, and that's what we learned in BBTRS,
Yes.
it will just, it will just, it's just there, but you're not overwhelmed. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
is that is really a gift.
It is
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so did you notice any, because you are working with women already in the menopause part of their lives, did you notice that the working with breath is really, they see the differences even after one session, or
yeah, yeah. The women that are coming to me are mostly overwhelmed,
mm-hmm,
stressed out, burned out, a lot of stuff that is coming up. They have the feeling they can't handle life anymore. They have not a good relationship with a partner. That is a
mm-hmm,
lot of times during menopause. Either women are going to divorce, or there is a big, big, big transformation uh,
in the
in the
relationship.
relationship that
Mm-hmm.
you have, because you're not the same woman anymore. You're changing, and if your man doesn't want to go in this flow with you, then you get really, really
Mhm.
problems. And I mean, I had this experience myself, so it's that's not easy.
Yeah.
So, but again, when you are more present in your body and more present of your emotions, and you can speak better about your emotions, maybe you can go through it with your partner together, and that would be, of course, the best. But I see a lot of separations during menopause and
Yeah.
problems in sexuality, and that's big, 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 big
Mhm.
topic.
So working with breath and body, because we both work with breath and bodies, it's a big thing. It's and just came to me one thing. If do you think, I don't know if it's a idea that is true, but if you start working with these emotions and if you start to really looking at them and welcome them, will it help as well to not to gain weight? Because for me, gaining weight is sometimes protecting yourself
Mm.
from being hurt, from being from the emotions, not to. It's just our protective
Mm.
shield. So I noticed in myself that, of course, it's not the menopause thing, but when I started to work with my emotions, with literally slight change in my diet, I started to lose the weight. So would it be as well working with breath, working with your emotion will help to balance as well our outer outlook, I would say.
Yeah, it's nice that you make this bridge. As you say already yourself, I don't know if this is really something to do with menopause. Of course, because our hormones are changing, so our cravings for sweets and eating are getting more, and also more unhealthy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what you describe here, I think for me, starts the bell ringing, because it sounds more like a kind of almost addictive behavior, like
Mm-hmm.
suppressing some emotions with eating or with drinking wine or with smoking. So as soon as we start to recognize the emotions that are underneath it, and if you allow this protection and these emotions to come out and just be with them, then yeah, I think
Yeah,
what you
because
say is right.
what what came to me, Gabor Mate, he is talking about all the addictions that are coming from suppressed emotions and
Oh
traumas.
yes.
And once we start to work with them and start to release them and seeing and looking in the eyes, what is really is, it's starting to fade away. I can say from my experience only, I really liked wine. It was my treat for almost every day for many years. As well, my previous job was requiring meeting up with clients. I was working in media, so for a drinks. And a couple of years ago, my body said, "You are not drinking," and it was a deep work I've done on myself to work with my emotions, my suppressed traumas, that my body said, "You don't need it. You
Hmm.
don't need it." But I'm still craving sugars.
Hmm.
Still, sweet things are on my list, and probably, as I said, it's a kind of addiction that it's something comforting me. So
And that is okay, yeah. That is also okay,
yeah.
because these things that we are kind of how do you say it? We're not allowed to drink
Mhm.
wine. We're not allowed to smoke. We're not allowed to eat sugar. All these ideas, beliefs that we have about ourselves, also make the problem bigger. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's my opinion.
Yeah, for me it was so natural that I just let go of wine, and it wasn't like, oh, now you can't drink wine because it's bad
Hmm.
for you. It's my body said, just don't, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to. I just don't feel for it.
Hmm.
And before it was like calling me, But later it was like, no, I just don't feel for it. It's just
That's nice.
no, I don't want.
Mm,
And it was natural. It wasn't forced, as you said. It wasn't
great.
forced. It was absolutely natural. And the more I'm working with my emotions, the less I'm craving. Of course, I'm craving sugar, but it's not that I need to eat.
Mm,
It's not that I'm just like becoming a sugar monster who cannot don't approach me uh, before I will eat my chocolate.
mhm.
So yeah, I'm thinking if there are any tips you could give to the ladies, like a small tips that they can take with them. Of course, if they want to work deeper with the menopause, they can call you and arrange the session, online session with you. I will leave the details under the video.
Nice.
But if you could just I don't know, give some few tips that can be beneficial for the ladies, how they can on everyday basis manage the emotions, the menopause, the this all these demons that are coming
Mm,
up.
mm. Well, first of all, maybe try to label them not as demons. Um,
Exactly.
I think it's very important if that everything that comes to us, we can see it as a gift to work with.
Mm-hmm.
um, Again, as soon as we start to withdraw or suppress, we're going into another habit pattern of
Mm-hmm.
addictions or whatever. So what I will give as a tip is, if you feel emotions coming up, just see if you can stay with it and embrace them, and be happy that they're there for you, and that you can learn from that. And as soon as you push it away, it comes back like this.
Yes.
So that is
The
a tip.
more you resist, the more it persists.
Right.
So
That's right. And I would also advise women in menopause to really, really take your rest and listen to your own rhythm. Explore more your femininity, instead of
mhm,
pushing yourself in your young energy all the time, working, doing this, doing that. No, try to be more relaxed, nurture yourself, touch yourself, feel your face, feel your body. um, yeah, take a little bit a step back, and just
mhm.
enjoy what is in this moment, instead of run, run, run.
So it's like
Mm.
going back to our feminine energy that is
Yes, very important.
more receptive, more welcoming, not because man energy is as a doer, it's a going forward, forward, forward. And female energy, if you even think about the sexual intercourse, the man is doing the movement, and the lady is, of course, there are different
That's normal in
positions,
the
but it's
normal
more
world.
receptive.
Yeah,
And so this is how we are built. So slow down, actually slow
exactly.
down.
Also in sexuality, when you are with your partner, and during this time period in menopause, sexuality can be a big problem.
Hmm.
Man wants to have his thing, what he always had his whole relationship with you, and now suddenly you are changing, so you want a different way of touch. You want maybe no penetration anymore. You want going more slow. You want to be like more touched. You want to be, it's
Sensual,
different.
more sensual.
Sensual. That's the right word.
Hmm.
Sensual. And the man, if he don't go with you in this flow, then yeah, then you get another problem.
Hmm. So it as well, it comes the communication in between the partners and talking about
Very
your own
important.
needs, what you need.
Desires and needs are very important.
Mm.
Also, being together without penetration, but making a nice space together. See it, make a kind of ritual together. Sit on each
Mhm.
other's lap, touch, eye gaze, stuff like that. I think that is for the woman in this time period very important. to be seen, to really to be seen as she is from her in her authenticity.
Oh, beautiful. I would probably add to this as well a breath awareness. So
Yes,
the
breathe
moment
together.
when the emotions arises and we start labeling them, oh, I'm feeling this and this, just go back to the breath. And
Yes, great that you mentioned it.
for
Great.
me, the best idea is to do the 5-5 breathing, a heart coherent breathing, and it's breathing out, breathing in for 5 without a pause, and it calms down the system, and as well it helps to look at the emotions not as demons, but as what
Mm.
they are, and they are showing us. They are showing us something that is screaming and shouting, sometimes
Mm.
from early childhood or from different parts of our life. So
Oh, that's really nice that you mentioned that. Yes, of course, the breath. Yeah, when the emotions are coming, also observe what the breath is doing when we are suddenly getting into a panic or whatever. What is the breath doing, and how can I make it smooth again? And then you will see that the emotion just passes away. Yeah, really nice that you mentioned that.
okay, so
Mm.
thank you, Aranka. I think if you'd like to add something, or just I will leave the contacts to you underneath, as I mentioned. And
Yeah, thank you.
if women are happy to work with you, are you working as well with couples or just only with the women?
I work well with couples as well, but mostly I focus. My niche is now to work with women in menopause and sexuality. So I make a bridge between breathwork, menopause, and sexuality.
Beautiful.
So, and in the sexuality, I work with tantric practices and things that are coming from the tantric tradition.
Perfect.
So, yeah, also for dryness, for when women are getting very dry in the
Mhm.
menopause, there are all kind of beautiful exercises for that to become a juicy feminine woman again.
Yes, receptive and Shakti and
Exactly. So
yeah,
we can receive our Shivas in a better way.
perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Aranka. As I
Thank
said, I will
you,
leave
Aisha.
in the comments and in the and down underneath the video uh, if women would like to get in touch with you and work with you.
I have
Uh,
always a free discovery call, so in that we can chat with each other and see what is present for the women at that moment. So I
Perfect.
make a plan.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aisha, for asking me. It was really a pleasure to have this conversation with you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Ciao.